Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. So today the build we're doing is actually from the live stream that I just hosted with you guys. So you guys actually helped me build this build, and the way that we built it was I posted on my Twitter account for ideas from you guys. If you had any ideas of anything that you would like me to see me build while we wait for the terrain tools to be live in the game, and one of you posted this amazingly beautiful picture of a modern cabin with a beautiful interior. So that's what we decided to do here. We made a modern cabin, really beautiful interior, and you guys helped with the interior as well, and I think it turned out so good. So if you want to be a part of my next live stream, which is going to be very soon, I promise, go follow me on Twitter. There is a link in the description down below, and you should be able to go straight to my Twitter page. Follow me there, and you're gonna be able to figure out when my next live stream is and help me decide builds, interact with me, all that good stuff. I've become a lot more vocal on Twitter as well, so I would definitely encourage you guys to go check me out. But that said, let's jump into the build here. So again, this was built on the live stream, so if you see that there are at some points where I'm just not building as fast as I usually do, it is because I'm actually interacting a lot with you guys in the live streams. And I love interacting with you guys. You guys have the most creative questions, and you can help with the interior and the exterior. And you're gonna see me also change the exterior wallpaper to a bit more of a lighter tone here in a little bit. And that was actually also a suggestion from one of you guys. So again, follow me on Twitter if you want to know when the next live stream is, and let's make it happen. I mean, I loved live streaming with you guys, and it's definitely something I'm going to do again very, very soon. So, that being said, this build turned out so beautifully good. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And as I said, I'm looking for builds to do while we're waiting for the terrain tools to be released. I have a whole map folder, a whole folder on my desktop computer here with builds I want to do, and I technically could do them now, but they would just be so much better with the terrain tools and me not having to manipulate the terrain with basement levels and all that kind of good stuff. So that's kind of why I'm looking for builds to do while we wait for the terrain tools to be released, and this was a suggestion from one of you guys, and I thought it was so cool. Initially, I actually wanted in the live stream to be able to build 2 houses in the stream, but it just took so long because the attention to detail in this build, with the little decorations and knickknacks all over the place, and the interaction with you guys as well, actually made this build take 2 hours and 46 minutes, which is a really long time for a build of this size. For me, if I were building this myself, it would have taken maybe half the time, but I would also say I wouldn't have had as much fun building it as I had interacting with you guys in this stream. So upstairs here, we're going to actually have a large bedroom, and the kind of side hallway is going to be not a walk-in closet per se, but we're gonna have the closet space in there, definitely. Initially I wanted to have the living room upstairs here, but I just felt like having a yeah, I just I wanted you guys to show you guys something in the stream, and I couldn't do that. So yeah, just don't even think about that. But yeah, I initially wanted to have the living room upstairs here, and we actually decided in the stream that to make it a large bedroom instead would be maybe a bit nicer, and also having the living room downstairs where we're gonna have it now would be a better fit and a bit more accurate to the picture we're working off. So that's kind of what we decided to do. Initially, also in the original picture, we didn't have an upstairs. It was just like, it was one big open space with very high to the ceiling. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't actually like that in The Sims 4. I just think there's too much wasted space if you don't at least use some of it. So we decided against that and made it into a bedroom. Now here's where you guys helped me out in the stream. So we're working around with the kitchen. Initially, we started out having a brown kitchen, and then a lot of you guys told me, why don't you try to make a Scandinavian-inspired kitchen, like a kitchen we would have here in Denmark? And I tried to do my best with that, but it's actually really hard to do because a lot of the counter spaces in The Sims 4 are just so American inspired. But we made it work, and we also tried to work with, you know, different counters, the round edge counters as well, wallpapers behind the kitchen counters. All that stuff is what you guys helped create in the live stream, and I had a blast doing it. Like, I didn't even feel like those almost 3 hours it took in the stream were 3 hours. It was just such a blast, and I loved interacting with you guys. So it's definitely something that I'm going to do a lot more of in the future. You might have noticed that the intro to my video is a bit different. I'm working on some stuff, trying out new stuff, just to kind of try to figure out what I actually like. And I'm not sure about the intro. Tell me down below what you guys think about it, as well as the outro. I'm trying to kind of move away from all of those really cool sliding graphics and intro transitions, all that stuff I had before. Not that I didn't like it, and you guys really seem to like it as well. It's just a lot of work. And I think that we can make really high quality videos without having all of that filler. But you guys tell me down below, what do you guys think of it now versus the old transitions intro style? But again, this isn't final. I'm just working on some stuff and trying to try out new things. You guys know? Okay. The red chair. Oh, one another thing. My mom actually joined me, or joined the stream in the chat. So that was both really fun and really awkward. But yeah, she has a lot of good ideas as well, and that red chair in the kitchen was actually her idea, and it's a very nice contrast, and you guys seem to like it as well. So that's what we ended up with. We were also trying out different styles of curtains in the game. But as I said in the stream as well, the curtains in this game are just horrible. I mean, there are only a handful of few good ones, and the rest of them are just bad, like really bad. And I don't really like using them unless I can find a really nice use for them. And again, that is where a color wheel would really can't come in handy. But yeah, there's just not such a thing in the game. Working on the living room here. So this is actually where we decided to do the living space, and it's not very big, but I kind of liked having this smaller space with a smaller television, as you guys can see here. having like this little small nook, relaxation nook, and kind of a place that you could kind of escape to, but still be open concept. And you guys helped me out with the layout of this as well. You wanted an L-shaped couch, which we created with a nice chiselong on it. And then I wanted to have a small television, so the TV wasn't gonna be the focus of the living space, but rather be a little side thing to it. If that makes any sense whatsoever. It does in my head, so I know that by now most of you guys really catch my gist when it comes to this kind of stuff. So yeah, this is one of the rare occasions where you are actually going to see me do a bathroom. And oh my god, you guys went nuts in the in the live stream about this. I hate doing bathrooms. It's not that I don't think that I'm bad at doing them and bad at designing them, styling them, and you know, all that stuff, but I feel really uninspired when doing bathrooms, honestly. But I really tried to pull out all the stops with this bathroom, also just because it was in a live stream. So we had a discussion, and you guys wanted a tub as well as a shower. So this is the solution we came up with, to try to create a nice space for that. Sink area, and the toilet on the other side. Not the biggest space in here, but I think we made it work, and I really love the way that it turned out. I mean, we have the shelving units kind of blending into the wall with the same color and lots of decoration items, and I think it turned out really good. Now this is where this part of the live stream where I asked for you guys help the most, because I, for the love of God, did not know what to do with this space in the middle, because we have two entrances. So the one that I would consider the front entrance, quote unquote, is actually where the game decided that that should be the back entrance. And the reason that I wanted that to be the front entrance was because it was overlooking the waterfront by the lake, hence the name Lakeside Lodge, which was also a name decided by you guys, so thank you for that. But the game for some reason decided that the back of the house, which is the front of the house in the gallery, was the front. So that's just kind of a bit of annoying. One thing I realized, those two lighting fixtures that we just put in the corner on the lower level actually are floating in midair because there's just no ceiling there. So if you guys decide to download this build, which you can on the gallery right now, maybe just kind of fix that. So we've moved up to the bedroom now, and this is where, once again, you guys help decide what we should do. So I pulled out these 3 beds that I thought would fit the best. And I kind of put them in place, told you which one had which number, and you guys decided to use this one, which I totally agree on, because that's kind of the bed that I wanted to use. I think it's the bed that's just fit the best. And then you guys wanted to have a very nice, like, over the top back head of the bed, so like a kind of a display almost. So I kind of created this, which has a bit of an Asian vibe to it, but still has this really nice cabin feel. And then I realized we didn't have any bookcases up here. So an ottoman by the end, and then it was decided that we could put the ottoman in between the two bookcases, which I thought looked really nice actually. Then this is where the idea came up that we could make this room into a little dressing room. Or, yeah, dressing room. And then we needed a rug, and I didn't mind it being like this big cow zebra styled rug. I thought it kind of broke up the room and still made it look sophisticated and cabin-esque. So we decided to use that. Throw in some decorations in here, some shoe racks, and I think we're gonna move downstairs, of course, an umbrella stand because seasons. But yeah, just some last minute, or not last minute, just some decorations, moving down into the bedroom downstairs. Now this is what I would call the guest bedroom. And I wanted to have a very vibrant color scheme in here, but still keeping it very cabin-like. So we use a lot of mixtures between modern and contemporary cabin look, and I think this is probably my favorite room in the house. Fun thing, you're gonna see in the end, in the screenshots, that this room was actually overtaken by those freaking gnomes that we also have trouble with in the Life with Seasons Let's Play. So yeah, that's just, yeah, one of those things in Sims that you really can't do anything about. But yeah, that was the last room inside, and now we've moved outside. So I told you guys that I wanted to create a lake, and again, in this live stream, this is really just to interact with you guys and have a really good time. But also, you guys can ask me questions about techniques, what I like to do, how I make things look a certain way. And for example, here I told you guys, because one of you asked, how do you make the landscaping fit in with the surrounding area so it doesn't look out of place? And that is a really good question. So what I like to do, and I said this in the live stream as well, but what I like to do is look at the surrounding area. What kind of plants have been used here? What are the plants that I can use that wouldn't feel out of place? Of course, if I were to make a more modern build here, even more modern than this, I would definitely use plants that would feel out of place. But seeing that this is a cabin within this world of Granite Falls, we needed to have plants that just looked like they belonged there. So that was the more manicured garden part of the build. And once I move over to the more unmanicured and like untamed wilderness, yeah, I'm not sure what to call it, but around the fake little lake that we have created here, again, I'm just looking around at what type of plants I can see in the space around the lot that I'm building on. So obviously here they have used a lot of plants from these game pack. What was it called? Like, oh man, I can't. What was it called? The one with Granite Falls. Oh, you guys know what I mean. But I used a lot of the plants and almost only plants from that game pack to kind of create this space that would feel like it belonged in the world. And that's kind of the secret here. Just try to mimic what you see around you, and the space will feel a lot more realistic and like it actually belongs in the world. So yeah, moving to the back here, which the game consists considers, that was the word I was looking for, considers the front area, but it is the back in this build. You guys wanted a well, which we put in, and just a little campfire area, some swings in the back there, which comes with seasons, and the last bit of lighting outside, just to really pull the build together. And here we have the screenshot. So this is from the living room space. We can kind of see the entrance here. I love how this couch and table action turned out. The toilet, bathroom, which I think turned out so nice. And those freaking gnomes. But yeah, I really do think that this is the best room in the house. I love how that turned out. The entrance again from another angle. So remember, if you want to get this build, it is on the gallery right now. If you guys have trouble finding me on the gallery, let me know, and I will once again try to contact EA about this problem, because it is a reoccurring problem, not only for me but for a lot of builders. But I will definitely look into it again. But search my origin ID, Auvbri, and you should be able to find me. If you can't, yeah, contact me here on the video or on Twitter, and I will see what I can do about it. Some shots from above, and just so you guys can see the layout of the big room upstairs here as we move downstairs. It's a very simple layout, but I really enjoyed how this turned out, and enjoyed having you guys' opinion on how we should do stuff in this build. I loved that. So definitely check out or stay tuned for the next live stream, and check me out on Twitter, where we can kind of communicate with one another. So yeah, but there's nothing really else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye!